Hi, I'm Bob, and welcome to this installment of AV Veterans Talk. This week, our guest is Jack Scott, World War II naval aviation mechanic from Norman, Oklahoma. Hello there, and welcome to another episode here of AV Veterans Talk at Aerotech News. And today we've got a couple of interviews here. One is a World War II veteran, which is he goes by the name of Jack Scott. You've had that name for a long time, I'm sure, since the day you were born. How you doing, Jack?
Doing fine, thank you.
Good. Hey, been a long time since I've sat here and chatted with a World War II veteran.
Yeah.
You were talking, boy, you're 96 years old? 96 years old. And what was your birthday?
January 6, 1921.
1921. Well, you've seen a lot of change in the country and the world, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot. Well, where did you grow up at? Or where were you born and where did you grow up at?
Both sides of my family came from Missouri down to Indian Territory,
Okay.
which later in 1907 became Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
So I was born in 21.
1921. What part of Missouri, what town were you born in? Do you remember?
Mounds, Oklahoma.
Mounds, Oklahoma. So your family was from Missouri, but you were born in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what did your family do? What was their trade? Were they farmers? Were they?
Mostly farmers.
Uh huh.
My dad was, he quit farming and went to work for the Oklahoma oil field.
Mm-hmm.
And he was killed in 1924 when I was 3.
3 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have brothers and sisters?
I had 2 older sisters.
2 older sisters?
And then years later, in 1932, my mother remarried, and I have a half-brother that lives in New Mexico.
Right. So that's pretty brutal. Obviously, you didn't know your dad very well. 3 years old. Didn't leave a.
The oil well where he was injured was across the road from the house.
Uh huh.
They carried him to the house, and I remember walking in and seeing him sitting there with labored breathing.
Uh huh.
He'd 2-inch manila ropes, a couple of them running for a belt.
Uh huh.
And they just step over it. Well, he fell on it.
Uh-oh.
And he rode on the wheel, so he was all busted up.
Crushed his chest
Yeah.
there. Yeah, oh, that's tragic. And
But he was a fiddle player.
fiddle player, huh?
Very popular, he and my mother.
Uh-huh.
In 1924, when his funeral procession, a friend of my granddad said he counted 120-something cars.
Wow.
And in 1924, probably mostly Model Ts.
Yeah. So he was obviously really popular. So did you pick up the music bug yourself? Did you play any music instruments?
I can tune in my radio.
You can tune your radio in? That's good. Very cool. So, you went through the Great Depression. Your family went through that depression in Oklahoma. Did you stay?
I call that the make-do generation.
The make-do generation?
You make do with what you got.
Yeah, you bet. And that was you were right in right in the heart of the Dust Bowl.
Well, south of Tulsa, 30 miles.
Uh-huh.
We got the dust from western Oklahoma and Kansas.
Right.
It'd roll through there. It wasn't our own dust, but
Yeah.
you get up in the morning and you could write your name on the dining room table.
Wow. Yeah. Those of us that have watched the movie like The Grapes of Wrath, that whole time period there, which that movie, I wish every young person in America would have to watch that movie today to realize just how good they have it, because you say it's the make-do generation, and food and just survival every day. You were just glad to make it to the next day, right?
I never remember going hungry.
Really? Wow. How did your family provide for itself?
Well, you live on a farm, you always had a garden,
Right.
so you'd live all spring and into summer.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd butcher a few hogs in the fall of the year.
Uh-huh.
And I lived with my grandparents a lot, my mother's side. On the edge of those Oklahoma hills, we'd go hunting.
Right.
So
Yeah, so you had the way to survive there. So anyway, man, I like I said, the make do generation. I'm going to have to remember that one. We always say the greatest generation, but you were the prior, the make do generation. So we're going to go to our first break here. Okay.
Okay.
Take a deep breath there, and we'll be right back here at AV Veterans Talk with Jack Scott. Thank you for tuning in to this segment of AV Veterans Talk at Aerotech News.